Without self-confidence, life is like a boat drifting down a river with no rudder. You may be intelligent, talented, even gifted, but if fear and shyness control your actions, you will never reach the true potential within you. So many of us live our lives in silence, afraid to speak up, afraid to try, and afraid to let others see who we truly are. We retreat into the safety of our comfort zones, let opportunities slip away, and convince ourselves, I'm not good enough, not strong enough, not worthy. But the truth is, confidence is not something you're born with, it's something you can build, little by little. That's why you should listen to the end of this story. It might be the turning point you've been waiting for. The story of a young man thought to be useless, disowned by his own father, abandoned by the world, who finally found the strength to change his life through one thing: belief in himself. Once upon a time, in a bustling city, there lived a man who earned a living selling salt. He had a small family, a gentle wife and 2 sons. The younger son was lively, quick-witted, and well-spoken. Everyone liked him. The older son, however, was shy, introverted, and rarely spoke. He quietly observed the world around him, but lacked the courage to express himself. Because of his silence, many mistook him for a fool. They looked down on him, took advantage of his honesty, yet he never complained or resisted. Even his father, the one who should have been his greatest support, was constantly disappointed in him. Whenever the boy stumbled or hesitated, his father scolded him harshly. Those scoldings cut into his fragile self-esteem like knives, leaving his confidence in pieces. As time passed, his lack of confidence began affecting his studies. During exams, he was too afraid of making mistakes to write anything clearly. Gradually, he fell behind his classmates. As he grew older, he was forced to help his father at the store. But his nervousness and poor communication skills led to constant mistakes. He couldn't talk to customers properly, which only made his father angrier. Then, one fateful day, while his father was away, a group of deceitful men came and tricked him into handing over all the goods. He didn't dare to stop them. When his father returned and saw the shop empty, he exploded with rage and shouted, "You've ruined everything I built. Get out of my sight and never come back." Heartbroken, the young man left, drowning in pain and shame. That night, with a heart bleeding from his father's rejection, the young man wandered aimlessly. Shame, humiliation, and the weight of failure consumed him. His father's harsh words echoed in his mind, blending with the judgmental stares of the neighbors, stabbing into what little pride he had left. He wandered to the riverbank, a place he had sat as a child, dreaming of a bright future. But now, those dreams were gone. Standing at the edge of the cold water, he whispered through tears, "There's no reason to live anymore. My journey ends here." Just as he was about to step into the water, a firm hand grabbed his arm. It was an old man, with silver hair and kind eyes. He pulled the boy back, his gaze filled with compassion, but also strength. "Why do you want to end it all?" The old man asked gently. "I'm useless. Even my father doesn't want me. Everyone thinks I'm stupid," the young man choked out. The old man was silent for a moment, then said, "You're wrong. Life is precious. We only get it once. If you're still alive, still breathing, you can still change everything. But if you give up now, you'll never know how strong you really could have been." The boy said nothing, only wept. For the first time in his life, someone wasn't judging him, wasn't yelling at him, but listening, and offering him the smallest spark of hope. "Come with me," the old man said. "I'll show you another path." Without knowing why, the boy, who just moments ago had been ready to die, began walking toward the faint light that had pierced through his darkest night. With heavy, trembling steps, the young man returned to the house he'd been cast out of just days before. His hands shook, his heart pounded. He stood at the door and took a deep breath. Not because he was sure he'd be forgiven, but because for the first time he wasn't running anymore. When the door opened, his father stood in shock. Their eyes met, one still holding lingering anger, the other full of remorse. The young man bowed his head and said, voice shaking, "Father, I'm sorry. I know I was wrong, but I don't want to give up. Please, give me a chance. I'll do everything I can to make things right." His father remained silent. Then, as if he saw something new in his son's eyes, something firm, something determined, his anger softened. He said nothing more, just turned and walked inside, leaving the door wide open behind him. The young man returned to the old man, gratitude overflowing. "I did it," he said. "I apologize to my father. Now, please tell me, what is the secret to success?" The old man smiled warmly. "You already found it," he said. "Your greatest enemy wasn't your shyness. It was fear. People see you the way you present yourself. When you stand tall, when you speak your truth, they see strength." He placed a hand on the young man's shoulder. Real power doesn't come from knowledge or praise. It comes from the belief inside you. Tears welled in the young man's eyes as he bowed deeply in thanks. From that day on, he was no longer the timid boy he used to be. He became a confident, capable man, and eventually a successful businessman respected not just for what he achieved, but for the battle he had won within himself. Years later, the once shy boy had become a man of stature, respected for his intelligence, admired for his courage, and known for the quiet optimism he carried into every endeavor. But more than wealth or fame, what people admired most was the journey he had taken to become who he was. He had once believed he was born to fail. A silent boy, buried in fear, thinking he was too stupid, too weak, too unworthy. But everything changed the moment he began to believe in himself, little by little. The most powerful lesson the old man left him was this: confidence isn't something we're born with. It's something we build through every small step we take beyond our comfort zone. The world sees you the way you see yourself. If you shrink back, hide away, people will believe you are weak. But if you stand up, speak out, make mistakes, and keep learning, then even if you're not perfect, you are already strong. Fear and doubt are the chains that hold us back. But courage and persistence are the keys that can set us free and open doors we never dreamed of walking through. If today you feel like you're not good enough, remember this: you don't need to become someone else. You only need to believe in yourself and take that first small step forward. Somewhere along that path, you'll discover a strength within you that you never knew existed.